Yes, this is the gambling god. We have moved into a more high. This is we have now graduated from the bedroom into the den. Thank you, everybody. Bill the cat says hello. Bill is our special guest for the evening, and will be accompanying the gambling god. You are in the formative stages, okay, of what will be the greatest gambling show in the history of organized society. Don't you kid yourself that the gambling god is coming to you live from the den. We have now cleaned out the room of all of the nonsense that was here, and we are now reporting to you live. We're going to get into the games for tonight, Wednesday, November 13. There's still more cleaning to do. There is still more updating. We're going to get the phone line. We're going to have your calls live on the air. We're going to do live streaming. We're going to talk about cat care. Bill will be contributing. We will be training cats on the toilet live on the YouTube for the people. We're going to teach you how to train your cat to use the toilet. If there are members of your family who need toilet training, I am available to assist them as well. Number 2 and number 1, whichever it is. If it's a combination, I'll give you a package rate. So we'll be doing cat toilet training, cat care. We will be discussing recipes with Chef Brian Oakley. We will be talking about the activities of full-grown men with our friend Rick, Thick Rick, and because of the weather, Brick Rick. We will have Joe the Barber on to talk boxing. We will have Anthony DeGennaro on to talk hockey. My friend John Cass, since he's probably getting fired tomorrow, will need a job, and he'll be on to talk fantasy basketball and professional wrestling. And I will fill in the blanks with everything else sports related. So without further ado, let's get into last night's games. Some of the action, a little surprising, but a lot of it by the book. And when I say the book, I mean the gambling book. Last night in the NBA, we had the Knicks to cover 8.5 against Chicago. Again, the line was 6.5. I took the Knicks. I said buy it up to 8.5. Total disaster. Lost this one. Knicks are an embarrassment. Can't get out of their own way. Never were in the game. Lost by about 20. Zach LaVine went off. Lauri Markkanen went off. Knicks they're just a disgrace, and they have been for about 20 years now. We lost on that one. OKC to Indiana, we lost this one. I took OKC to win. Again, got blown out. Indiana took them out at home. I thought Chris Paul and the boys would put together a better effort, and they didn't. Cleveland covered in Philly, getting 11, lost by 1, 97-96. Hopefully you were on that one. It's a lot of points. I don't care who's playing. It's a lot of points. They lost by 1. I told you to take them to win and to cover. They didn't win, but there's value there on a team getting 11 points. Remember, this is fixed. This is not real. This is not athletic ability. This is designed to take your money, and our mission is to take that money back. So when you see a team like Cleveland getting 11 points, it's not a bad idea to jump on them. I'm sure nobody thought the Atlanta Falcons were going to beat the New Orleans Saints except me. Go back to the video from Sunday the 10th. I'm all over there telling you that Miami and Atlanta had very good chances to win. That was football, but this is Cleveland Cavaliers covering in Philly last night. Hope you were on it. I did not like Detroit at Miami. They lost by 9. The spread was 8.5. You tell me. If I know the spread, Andre Drummond knows the spread. Justice Winslow knows the spread. If you think Pat Riley doesn't know the spread, you're crazy. And if you think that Magic Johnson had AIDS, go fuck yourself. Miami won this game. Oprah gave Magic Johnson the cure. I had Miami to win. I liked Detroit possibly to cover, but my only play was Miami to win, which they did. Atlanta at Denver. Again, I said take Atlanta. It was a lot of points. They not only covered, they won the game outright. I don't think I ever saw them trail the game. This was fixed. Nobody could hit the shots, but I'm sure everybody jumped on Denver thinking they would cruise to a coast-to-coast win. Denver has struggled the last couple games. They've been up and down. I told you to try a little parlay here, maybe with Cleveland and Atlanta. I missed it by 1 point. Atlanta won outright. Cleveland lost by 1. So think about these things when you're putting your bets in. These games are designed to take your money. Anyone that would take Denver -10 is out of their mind. They lost. If you were with me, you had Atlanta and you won. Next was the Lakers at Phoenix. I missed on this one. I said take Phoenix to win. They've been playing well at home. The Lakers came on late. It was back and forth. Phoenix was up. The Lakers carried the day, won the game, covered the spread. It was a 3-point spread. I think they won by 7. So I did miss on this one. Phoenix made it a game. If you did have Phoenix, you probably were able to get the Lakers on live betting. And that's another strategy. You take these big underdogs, hope they get a lead, and then when they get the lead, try to jump on with the team that was the favorite on live betting plus the points. So for instance, maybe in this game, at a certain point when Phoenix was up in the fourth quarter, you were able to get the Lakers plus 2 or 3. So maybe you took Phoenix plus 5 at the beginning, you jump on the Lakers plus 2 or 3. Now you can't lose both bets, but you can win both bets. This is a strategy that we employ constantly. It would have worked for you in the Tennessee-Kansas City game on Sunday, where Tennessee was down and up. They were +6 at the beginning. If you took them +8, if you bought it up to +8, and then on live betting when they were ahead, if you grabbed Kansas City +2 or 3, that's a middle that you would have hit both bets. This is a strategy you employ. You take a home underdog plus the points, and then hope that the road favorite goes down, and then you grab the road favorite plus the points, and now you can't lose both bets, but you can win both. This is valuable information. I beg you to give this a try. It would have worked for you on Tennessee and Kansas City on Sunday. It also would have worked, well, actually wouldn't have worked on Portland and Sacramento, but you could have balanced it during the game. We will get to that. Brooklyn, Utah, I said take Brooklyn to win. They did cover the 6.5. I told you to buy it up to 8.5. They let it slip late. These are the kinds of things that you see. Teams go on the road, they will be up. The home team will run off 14 points or so. I think the third quarter it was 34-20 in favor of Utah. That's all they needed. They took it home and beat the Nets. Didn't cover. I told you take the Nets to win and cover. If you took the Nets to cover, you won. To win, you did not. Portland at Sacramento. I told you to take Sacramento outright to win. They won the game. They're tough at home. Portland's been shaky. This is a game where if you took Sacramento +1.5, if you bought it up to +3.5 when they were leading, you probably were able to get Portland plus the points. If you got Portland plus enough points, I think they lost by like 7 or 8, you were able to hit that middle. You were able to hit Sacramento plus the points, and then you were also able to hit Portland plus the points if you got them +7 or 8 during the game on live betting. This is critical information. These games, the leads are changing constantly, day by day, minute by minute, as the games go on. The Kansas City-Tennessee game is a classic example of the lead flip-flopping. The Phoenix-Laker game went back and forth and back and forth. You need to be aware of this. If you're gambling and you're on a website and you have live betting action, you need to be monitoring this. It's like day trading. It's like penny stocks. You need to watch this stuff. You can't just put in your bet and then go to Wawa, get a sandwich, come home and watch Pornhub. You can't do that. You got to watch it. If you got money on this stuff, this is an investment. This is not a game. This is not fun. This is business, okay? And it's big business. It's big business to them, and it's big business to you, okay? I'm trying to help you to beat the casino. I'm giving you my expert insight after God knows how many years of getting my brains beat out by the book, betting on things that make sense. Don't bet on stuff that makes sense. No one in their right mind last night would have taken Cleveland and Atlanta to cover, much less Atlanta to win, and then Philly to come, then Cleveland to come within 1 point. No one would have done this, and guess what? That's what happened. So just like my therapist would say, just think about it. He's dead. Anyway, Ncaa, Auburn at University of South Alabama. Auburn won this 1 by 1. I told you to take University of South Alabama. I told you to buy them up. I told you +7 was good enough, but buy it up to +9. They lost by 1. They covered. That's a winner. Missouri at Xavier. I told you that Missouri would cover. They did. 5-point spread. Xavier won the game. I liked Missouri. They have good competition there in the SEC. They did not take it. They did not win it, but they did cover the spread. I'm hoping you were on it. Last but not least, Memphis at Oregon. I said Memphis would keep it close. Penny Hardaway's club going into Oregon, their backyard in the Phil Knight Classic. I told you Oregon would pull away late. That's what happened. Oregon won, covered the spread. I hope you were on it. For college, I'm only going to do games that are 9 points and under on a spread. I'm not doing these 24 and 34 point spreads. And by the way, if you had Kentucky last night, you lost. because Evansville went in there last night, and everyone says it was an upset, but see, Evansville didn't win. Las Vegas won. So if anyone asks you who upset Kentucky altogether now, the answer is Las Vegas. Evansville, they're just tools. They're like a wrench or a screwdriver or a hammer. These are not real games. This is WWE. This is WrestleMania. This is the bad guy upsetting the good guy. The referee gets knocked out. Nobody sees it. Evansville, they're flopping around on the court. Kentucky has to act like they don't know what's going on. They tell the kids, say, listen, you want to get drafted high? You do what's right. You fall on the sword, you lose to these teams, and you'll get drafted high. You don't think that's what Calipari tells these guys when he goes and recruits them? How do you think these guys recruit? You think Jay Wright goes in and recruits these guys and says, yeah, well, we're going to play you 40 minutes a game? He says, listen, okay, you're going to throw the most important game of your life. So Chris Webber called a timeout when he didn't have any in 1992. Does anybody watch these things? Do you think these players don't know what's going on? Please, I beg you, this is not athletic ability. This is all based on Carmine and the gamblers and Dominic and Angelo taking a baseball bat and putting it up someone's ass and saying, listen, if you want your mother to be able to make breakfast in the morning, you're going to go down on the sword. And that's what happened with Kentucky. They went down to Evansville last night, and that's what goes on. College basketball is the most rigged sport in the world. It is my absolute favorite. We're not touching games with these double-digit spreads. I'm not getting into it. It's all nonsense. It's all garbage. My best advice to you is to bet on hockey. Hockey game, that's where all the hockey hats are here. The hockey is your best bet, and I mean that literally, not figuratively. It's your best bet. If you're going to take hockey, couple of strategies, I'm telling you, take the team that you like. If you like a team, let them go down 1 or 2-0, then take them on live betting. If you don't think they're going to ever trail, which is a very naive way to think, okay? But if you don't think they're ever going to be behind, I don't know why you would think that, because every team you bet on is always behind. I disagree with me. Call me. We'll talk. You let them go down 1 or 2-0, then you jump on them, okay? Because it makes, to think about it the other way. Let's say that the other team goes up 2-0. What sense does it make to take that team on live betting when they're up 2-0? And it's like minus 900 on the money line. Who does that? I'll tell you who does it. Who did it? It was me. I would take teams that were up 2 or 3-0 in hockey, lay like 900 to win 100, and I would lose, okay? Like a moron, thinking, oh, there's no way a team could blow a 2-0 lead. You want to bet? I had the Washington Capitals blow a 6-goal lead, okay, against Anaheim in December. They lost 7-6. I have seen anything you would think a 6-goal lead would be freaking safe. Look it up. Washington Capitals home for the Anaheim Ducks, December 2018. I took a nap. I woke up. They lost the game. I went to bed for nap. They were up 6-0. I woke up from the nap. They got quacked. 7-6. It was the largest loss in terms of giving up goals at home in like 40 years in hockey. Go look it up. You look it up. Anyway, hockey. Last night, Pittsburgh at the Rangers. I took the Rangers. They won in overtime because every game goes to overtime. And that's our theme in hockey. Every game goes to overtime. It's like a disease. If you have a website and you can bet that the game will go to overtime, do me a favor, forget even the game. Just bet that these games are going to go to overtime. This is fucking shit. It never ends. It's unbelievable. Florida at Boston, I told you the story last year, and I think it was March or April, how I had Boston at home on a Saturday afternoon to beat Florida. Florida went in, never trailed, beat Boston's brains in. I told you to take Florida, and guess what? Florida went into Boston again, went to overtime, because every game goes to overtime, and they beat them in overtime 4-3. So we hit on those. Last night I told you I liked Montreal, but there was no value. I thought there was value in Columbus, but I like Montreal to win because Columbus has been inconsistent. Montreal won the game, beat Columbus. Columbus still, I guess, has a hangover from their fixed sweep of Tampa Bay, okay, from last spring. Totally fixed. Arizona at St. Louis. I told you I like Arizona on the road. I told you to take them. I didn't think there was much value in St. Louis at minus 164. Arizona won the game in overtime because every game goes to overtime. Colorado and Winnipeg, we missed this one. Colorado won 4-0. We had Winnipeg. That was a mistake on my part. I like Winnipeg. I told you to take the over. I blew that one too. So that game was no good. Colorado showed me something winning 4-0 on the road. Great goaltending. I thought Winnipeg would have scored at least a couple goals at home. Clearly fixed. there. What can you do? Nashville at Vancouver. I told you to take Vancouver. Vancouver, I felt like they were going to win the game, playing well at home, a very good young team, and they did win the game. So hopefully you were on Vancouver. Vancouver was the winner there. Detroit at Anaheim. I haven't been able to hit a Detroit game yet. I took Anaheim to win. Detroit took it to overtime because every game goes to overtime, and Detroit won that one. I missed on that one. Minnesota at the Kings. I missed on this one. I thought there was great value in Minnesota. Minnesota went in there. Kings beat them 3-1. I don't even know if they have quick in net, but whoever it is, Minnesota didn't get it done. Very surprising to me. Minnesota is a very good team. Very, very surprising to me. And last but not least, Edmonton at San Jose. The Anthony D special. San Jose jumped out 3-0. Held on for a 6-3 win with a blind goalie. San Jose Sharks beat Edmonton, and I missed on that one. So it was a mixed bag in the NHL. I think by prejudice against Martin Jones might be getting the best of me, but the guy stinks. For your NBA, NHL, and college tonight, we will get into that right now, because what else are we doing? It's 20 degrees outside, and let's be honest, if you're watching this, you clearly have nothing going on in your life. And that's fine, because what do I have going? I have a dead cat and a Jordan poster from 30 years ago. NBA tonight, Philly at Orlando. I'm taking Orlando here. Orlando is a 2.5-point favorite. I don't think Embiid is playing. Orlando's been a little bit up and down. I think they get the win tonight. Orlando, we're going to take them to win the game. I don't know about a cover, but Orlando to win. So we'll take Orlando to beat Philly. Memphis at Charlotte. Tough one. Charlotte's been a little bit better recently. I'll take Charlotte here, 2.5-point spread. I don't have a tremendous feeling on this game. Memphis could win it, but I'll take Charlotte. But again, there are better games. We'll keep shopping. Washington at Boston. Boston without Hayward playing well. I'll take Boston to win. I don't have a feeling on the points. I don't think that Washington has enough to go into Boston and win. I like the Celtics to win. But again, no value there. Again, not in love with that game. Next, we have the Clippers at Houston. I'm sure everybody will be all over Houston. I'll take the Clippers in this one to win this game. I like Houston. They have a good team. They're up and down the floor. Clippers play a great branded defense. Defense is what wins. I'll take the Clippers in this one to win the game. Take them on the money line. Buy it up to 4.5. I think that's a winner. San Antonio at Minnesota. Minnesota is a 1.5-point favorite. There's something wrong here. There's no reason Minnesota should be a 1.5-point favorite. I'm going to take the Spurs. They'll buy it up to 3.5. I'll take the Spurs to win this game. It seems a little bit off, but maybe I'm falling in the trap, but I'll take the Spurs. Buy it up to plus 3.5. If you can't buy it up, take them on the money line to win. Golden State at the Lakers. This is another one. It's an 8-point spread. I know Davis isn't playing. Load management. It sounds like, they tell a porn star, you're only going to do 3 scenes tonight because you're going to manage his load. Okay, that's what it seems like to me. They can't use another word in the NBA, load management. There's no other way to phrase this, seriously. So Golden State at the Lakers. I'm taking Golden State to cover. I know it doesn't make any sense. D'Angelo Russell back in LA. I think that might be his first game with Golden State back in LA. I think it probably is early in the season. I think he goes wild. He keeps it close. It makes no sense. I'll take Golden State, buy it up to plus 10. Lakers win. Golden State covers. Last, Toronto at Portland. I'll take Toronto to win this game. They're a 2.5-point underdog. There are 3 different games with 2.5-point spreads tonight. Very strange. I'll take Toronto to win this game. I like them to win and cover. Portland just lost at Sacramento last night. People are probably going to think Portland's going to rebound. Toronto's a tough little team. They've got some young guys in the lineup. They have Ibaka out. They have Lowry out. They have some very capable guys in there. Let's go Toronto to win this game outright. NBA, not in love with it. If you feel like you need to bet it, God bless you. It's not something that I advocate. But again, if you want to bet the NBA, you have at it. I'll go now in Ncaa. There's only one game on the board that interests me. It's Villanova and Ohio State. Let's take Villanova to win this one. It'll be a tight one. Ohio State's a -1. I like Jay Wright. I like his teams. I like the way he coaches. And I'll go Villanova to win this game outright. They'll be there at the end, as they always are. They do have some young guys in there, but he'll get them coached up by the end of the year. These are non-conference games, so anything basically could happen. This is a coin flip. If you want to bet basketball, you take your life in your hands. The NHL, to me, is where the action is. You have Ottawa at the Devils. Devils -181. I'll take Ottawa here. There's a lot of value in Ottawa. There's no value in taking a team like the Devils at -181. Take Ottawa here to win this game. Toronto with the Islanders, a very good matchup. 2 very good teams, both capable of scoring. I will take Toronto in this game to go into the... And I don't normally do that. I like the Islanders at home. Something saying take Toronto. I think Tavares goes in there, scores a couple of goals. Let's take Toronto to win this game 3-2 in overtime because every game goes to overtime. Washington and Philly. I'll take Philly here, especially if Corey Hart is in net. Please check to see if Corey Hart is playing. Washington is a good team. They throw games on the road. Ask Carolina, ask Florida, ask anyone that bets on them. They throw games on the road. I like Philly to win this game. Washington's a very good team, a dangerous team. Yeah, it's almost a 50-50 proposition with them. There is value definitely in taking Washington. If you feel like sitting there and watching Ovechkin sit in the penalty box for nonsense penalties and watching Holtby, their goalie, give up crazy goals because I think he's blind too. I'll take Philly to win this game. It's a tough one, but I'll go Philly. Dallas at Calgary, another tough one. Dallas is a very gritty, tough team. Jamie Ben Bishop in net. I'm going to take Dallas here. Tough one. Calgary is a good team. They have some good young players. They can score. But Dallas is a feisty group. I'm going to take Dallas to win this game. And last but not least, Chicago at Vegas. Vegas is minus 238. There is no value in Vegas. Everyone's going to jump on them. Chicago's been tough. I'm not telling you to take Chicago. But if you want to try a $10 or $15 parlay of Ottawa and Chicago, it could pay off. Again, I'm not telling you to bet on Chicago. I'm not saying they're going to win this game. What I'm telling you is that Las Vegas, the fucking team they play in Las Vegas, for Christ's sakes. If you don't think that this team throws games, you're crazy. If you don't think that Game 7, Anthony D, okay, between these two teams, Vegas and the Sharks, you know who I'm talking about, that Game 7 where San Jose scored, 4 goals in 5 minutes, was fixed. You're crazy. I had San Jose. I'm very happy about it, but I'm just letting you know, okay, that was all nonsense bullshit, and anyone that says otherwise, you're a crazy motherfucker. So what I'm thinking here, I'm thinking that Chicago goes up maybe 1 or 2 goals, and they want the people on Vegas to panic, and then Vegas comes back. I don't have a feeling on this game. I think this is a trap. I think you're crazy to lay 238 to win 100 on Vegas. You want to have some fun, throw $25 on Chicago. It's the end of the night. I would go Ottawa, Chicago parlay. Have a little fun. In review, we're going to take Orlando to win, Charlotte to win, Boston to win, Clippers to win, San Antonio to win, Lakers to win, Golden State to cover, Toronto to win. That's basketball. And then we're going to take Villanova to win. NHL, Ottawa to upset New Jersey, Toronto to upset the Islanders, Philadelphia to beat Washington, Dallas to beat Calgary, and Chicago to hang in there with Vegas and ultimately fall and put a scare into them. Give them a try with Ottawa. The Gambling God is here. Today is Wednesday, November 13th. We have the set. We are working on it. The phone lines are being installed so that you can call in. We can live stream. Alberto has fixed the electricity. We have the hockey hats. We're going to hang them on the wall. We're going to have a whole setting. We're going to have cat care in the other room. We're going to walk in there. We're going to take care of the cats. We're going to teach them how to use the toilet. I might let them attack me. I might cover myself in nip and let the cats just nip away and see what happens, okay? We will have that going. Brian's going to call with the recipes. Rick is going to talk about being a full-grown man. All of my black friends are going to come. We're going to play Monopoly. They're going to teach you how to shoot dice. We're going to do all kinds of things that used to go on at my house. We're going to have the brothers come in, and they're going to explain to you how to deal with. We're going to have Big Marty on, and he's going to talk about sitting the women down and telling them what you want, and that's the way to deal with the women. We're going to have my other friend Marty on, who claims he had pancreatic cancer and beat it. We're going to have the Blound table, which is the black round table where my friends will talk about issues of the day. We're just going to let that go. We will just live stream it all day, because what else are we doing? All right, we're going to go on 1 or 2 o'clock. We're going to put Francesa out of business. We're going to do the afternoon drive time. We're going to talk hockey, basketball, English Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, anything, any kind of language. We're going to have people come on and talk in different languages. You're going to need an interpreter. We might have some people wrestle here. We're going to have in-studio guests. We're going to cook, clean, set fires, and we're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff, because I am the Gambling God, and I'm here to broadcast for the people. And to explain to you that we're going to take the money back from Las Vegas. We're going to have my friend Blackjack Joe call in. We'll discuss blackjack methods. I will sell you my book. Okay, we're going to sell the blackjack book. It's going to go for $21 because blackjack is a game of 21. The book is called Always 20. And in Spanish, it is siempre vente. For all of my Spanish friends, I learned that in San Juan. I learned how to count in Spanish because when you go to San Juan, they only talk in Spanish at the blackjack table. God knows what's going on. It's like at the nail salon, and you know they're talking about you, but you don't know what they're saying. So, 21 is how we say 21 in Spanish. And how do I know that? Is because the dealer always has 20 or 21. Siempre vente. It's always 20. So the Gambling God is here for you. We are decorating the house. USA. We are, obviously patriotic. We have the bat in case somebody comes in. We are here, doing what we do best, taking your calls, explaining things. We're going to have eating contests. I'm going to have Rick come in here, and we're going to stuff him with McMuffins. Okay, we're going to have the 100-wing challenge. We're going to have pizza eating contests. There's nothing that is going to be beyond our scope. We're going to decorate Christmas trees. We're going to stuff turkeys. We're going to have a live stream on New Year's. You're going to see the Gambling God celebrating New Year's in the office, at the desk. Valentine's Day, Martin Luther King Day. We will live stream. We're going to get the TVs going. And we're going to whip everybody up into a goddamn frenzy. Because what else am I doing? I'm trapped in the house. You're trapped in the house. Let's be trapped in the house together. I got to sign off. It's almost 7 o'clock. The fixed games are about to start. Pardon me, I have to get up now and turn it off. We're not that high tech yet, but we are going to have the fancy lighting, the microphones, the telephone, the necklace, the bracelet, the benzo. She laced it. You know the whole song, Biggie Smalls. He's the illest. So I got to go. The Gambling God is signing off now. We are now at, I don't even know how many minutes. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. I got to go. Gambling God signing off. Like, subscribe, share. What else are you doing? Anthony D. San Jose goes down tomorrow.